There is one thing that's holding you back from hitting your financial goals, but it is not your strategy, intelligence, or skills. By the end of this video, you will discover what is truly stopping you, and I'll give you actionable steps so you can start changing today. I'm Francis Drake, and I'm a coach helping entrepreneurs who feel stuck and are unable to grow their business or income. From my experience, most people blame external factors like the market, the business model, or their strategy. Some even just blame themselves and think that there is something wrong with them. I used to think this myself. I know how painful it can be, but the root cause, if your business is not growing how you want to, it is you. And more specifically, your lack of focus and increased procrastination. Procrastination is simply avoiding or putting off a task that you know you should do or that you want to do, and you rather do some more easy task that wastes your time instead. Procrastination has a flurry of side effects. First of all, when you procrastinate, you lose momentum and confidence. When we try to achieve something, it is very important to stay focused on that thing for a long period of time, to work hard against it and work hard towards it for a long period of time. But when you procrastinate, you work a little bit here and a little bit there, and then you waste your mind energy and your mind capacity on just some random stuff that takes you away from the path and off the path. This leads to the worst thing of all, and that is stagnation and regression. What's the feeling like when you know you have within you the opportunity and the possibility and the potential to create that future that you're visualizing, but you're wasting time on wasteful stuff instead? Then you feel that regression, feel yourself going backwards, and that's the worst feeling in the world. Therefore, this all leads to you losing your confidence as an entrepreneur and your confidence in your ability to achieve the dreams and the goals that you have set for yourself. You are not becoming a better version of yourself that is capable of taking on more and more, which is necessary when you build more and more success, but you're rather regressing into a version and then feeling resentment towards all of those tasks that you know you could do if you were just able to overcome your procrastination and stay focused. This is the problem, and I remember when I realized that I was the one standing in the way of myself reaching my goals. I've been there too, knowing my potential, but then feeling so stuck. I can say now that I've learned so much and know how to propel myself forward in a way that I couldn't imagine many years ago. Therefore, if you want my expertise and so I can channel all of that specifically to your situation and help you, then you can click the link in the description below and we can see how I can make you achieve your dreams and goals and reach your potential. Awareness of why we do something is absolutely crucial to stop. So now, let's say that we know it is bad for us to procrastinate and don't have focus. We know that it's bad for business. So why is it not easy just to completely just stop doing it right now? Why do we keep procrastinating? Procrastinating really has some interesting factors and why it is happening in the first place. It is interesting to know that you want to do something. You want to go forward and you want to achieve your goal, your objective. You sit down, you're ready to go, you're ready to go for it. But then you don't do it. You pull up your phone and you start watching YouTube videos on how to achieve your goal. Or you go on Reddit and just read some random posts, or you read some news, wasting your time. But the thing is that there are psychological factors and emotional factors that make us not do the thing we know we should do. When a task becomes important to us, it can also increase the threat level we feel towards that task. Because if we do not accomplish this task in the best way possible, then that can show ourselves that maybe we are not as good as we thought we were. Also, when you see a task in front of you that is huge, let's say for example me filming this video, then I can start to procrastinate because it feels so unbearable to go through all of those tasks so I can get the results and then put this video up on YouTube and see how the people react. It feels like a big mountain that I have to go over. This creates an emotional and psychological block for me to go and move towards that goal. But we also have another culprit in this mix, and that is a problem that you and I have to face for the first time as a generation, and that is online procrastination and our mobile phones. Because let's say I want to go and do that big task, but my mind knows that I could simply just pull up my phone and then I can be entertained and scroll and feel that instant gratification right away. Why would I go and do that task when I can do this easy task of just scrolling and feeling good about myself? Our brains are evolved to take the shortcut because that was evolutionary beneficial for us to eat that food that was right in front of us right here and now, instead of thinking long term and thinking about the future you that has to deal with all of those consequences. Remember this, it is an emotional and psychological reason that you are procrastinating. It is something about the task that you are afraid of. The more you avoid a task, the bigger it becomes, and the more they stack up and they become more and more threatening, and the thought of even beginning to tackle it, like for example going into your finances, if you've been putting that up for a long while, it feels overwhelming. But this does not have to be your story. With tools, techniques, and tips, you can implement strategies to overcome procrastination, and you can even come to a point where you don't procrastinate almost at all. You are a master of your mind, and when you say you're going to do something, you are going to do it. How can we implement simple tools right now so you can start to propel forward to reach your goals and excel in business and life? First of all, right now, you have to start identifying as someone who do not procrastinate. Everything starts with your identity. Your identity creates your beliefs, which creates your feelings and your thoughts, which creates your actions, which in turn leads to your reality. It starts with the identity, and from now on, you are not someone who procrastinates anymore. See yourself as someone who immediately goes and do the things that you tell yourself to do. That's step number 1. Step number 2, make it hard to do the easy thing and easy to do the hard thing. This pertains to availability. For example, if you have your phone in your pocket all the time with all the apps easily available and no friction between you and going into that app, why will you not choose to do that when you feel that threat of a big task? Put in blockers and friction between you and the online procrastination if that is your problem. In turn, have your computer ready with the places that you do your work easily accessible, and don't have any other distractions around you. Hide your phone when you're working. Also, cut big tasks into smaller tasks. This is the greatest tool that I have. Whenever I feel myself procrastinating, I just ask myself, okay, how big am I making this task right now? And how small can I make it? Can I just start to write one word? Can I just set up the camera? Can I just start to put up the microphone? And one task leads to another, and that creates a domino effect, and suddenly you are at the end of your task just by doing one small step at a time. Also, you can take your big task, look at it, and then break it down into smaller quests that you can complete one by one, so you feel that feeling of momentum and that you're moving forward. Even though you are now identifying as someone who does not procrastinate, you will fall into the procrastination cycle over and over and over again. But just know that every time you take one step to get out of that cycle, when you just do an action instead of falling into that endless procrastination, you are winning. You're moving forward and you're becoming better. This takes time. Unfortunately, we can't just fix this overnight, but by using the techniques I'm now giving you and just feel when you procrastinate, take an action, then you are moving forward. But since phone usage is so detrimental to how we procrastinate, you can watch this video on how you can reduce your screen time by up to 90%.